Welcome, everyone. Gentlemen, I'm Charlie Fox, and I'm here to celebrate the good guys, because masculinity isn't toxic, our role models are. We're here at the end, my friends, at least for now. Grab a chair, squat on the furniture, lift the heavy thing, because today we're talking about everyone's favorite wall crawler and the best male role model in modern media, Spider-Man. Created in August 1962 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, Spider-Man is a lonely, broke nerd with cool spider powers and an exaggerated sense of responsibility. A mantle carried by many in the 80 years of its existence, I'm going to focus on the two most common iterations, Peter Parker and Miles Morales. Peter and Miles have both been written to exemplify three very masculine traits, and these three traits make them one of the best male role models, bar none. The first trait I'm speaking of is loyalty. Spider-Man is always loyal to his amazing friends, from Aunt May to Gonky. That goes beyond being on their side. What that means is that Spider-Man isn't flaky. Spidey's friends can count on him to be available when they need him, whether it's a ride to the airport or a rescue from the Green Goblin. Spider-Man shows that loyalty also means being brave when your friends need defending, or even when your friends need to be called out. No one wants to tell their friends, hey, quit being a dick, when everyone's laughing and cutting up. But as we learned in episode 1, being a man means standing up for those weaker than yourself. Loyalty is only as good as the thing you're loyal to. And if you're loyal to a bunch of sneering assholes, then you're no kind of man. You're just another sneering asshole. Be brave enough to stand up for the right thing. Be loyal to yourself, to your loved ones, and to higher ideals like justice and mercy. Otherwise, we're not people. We're just monkeys pointlessly screwing and defecating. The second trait that Miles and Peter both embody is passion. No one dresses in a skin-tight bodysuit and flings themselves across the city hundreds of feet up into the air to fight crime because they don't care. Apathy is not a term that can be used anywhere near Spider-Man. He's the epitome of caring, even if it's too much. Peter and Miles both care deeply, not only about their loved ones, but also their cities, their societies, and the ideals that they're founded on. Spider-Man doesn't fight the Rhino because he has nothing to do on a Wednesday night. He fights to protect the people whom the Rhino might hurt. Yeah, he's portrayed as enjoying his powers and his strength at times, but he's never beaten up Mysterio just to make himself feel more powerful. Both Peter and Miles are driven by a passion for helping others, and this is shown in their actions. Spider-Man works hard. He pushes himself. He lifts the heavy thing. Why? Not for material gain or for personal glory, but because he knows, say it with me, with great power must also come great responsibility. Spider-Man's passion comes from knowing he has the power to affect change around him and acting on it. When he sat idly, apathetically by, it cost him his father figure. Apathy is the enemy of life. When you're bored, when you don't care, you're stagnant. You're not doing anything, and you're not changing anything around you. You're just existing and watching the world spin by. If you can't shake your apathy, then talk to someone about it, because there's a lot of cool stuff in the world, and you should care about it. The final masculine trait Spider-Man typifies is kindness. I know that in all media, Spider-Man's main thing is making fun of the people he is kicking the crap out of. But hear me out. Sure, Spider-Man will rag on the bad guys, but he'll never be so far as to be cruel, neither in word nor deed. Multiple times, Peter and Miles have both gone out of their way to help the deranged supervillains that rampage New York. Miles tries to help his Uncle Aaron stop being the Prowler and tries to reason with the freaking Rhino. Peter has tried on multiple occasions to help his ridiculous rogues gallery make better lives for themselves, rather than just punching it up and calling in the cops. These guys don't have to do this. Spider-Man can easily lift a car, and yet again, here's a guy that consistently pulls his punches. He knows how strong he is. He doesn't need to kick other people around to prove it. Spider-Man proves his strength through his character and his willingness to throw himself in front of danger to protect the well-being of others. Spider-Man is a guy who will save the universe in the afternoon and then save a cat on the way home. He wants to be a good person. He wants to be a benefit to those around him, and he wants to live a fulfilling life. Through his loyalty, kindness, and passion for a life well lived, Spider-Man is a role model for all good men. You may be asking yourself now that we're at the end, why no real people, Charlie? Why don't you point out and recognize good men in the real world instead of focusing on make-believe? The truth is that I find real-life heroes to be disappointing. As Bruce Wayne rightfully points out in The Dark Knight, a man can be corrupted, but a symbol can be enduring, a symbol can last. So sure, media heroes and villains aren't real people, and they're only as consistent as they're written. But the lessons they can teach us and their lasting cultural significance are as real as you and me.